What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Ja, gorgeous Imani Jairi, whatever you want to call me, and I am back with another video. As you can see, I'm sitting in the car. I know y'all right, like, where has this girl been? And she's just talking to us like she's been here the whole time. Lo siento. Please forgive me. But I actually did make a video yesterday, and it was a lot going on. I'm not gonna hold you. I woke up and I was like, you know what? We're gonna start again, just literally start. So that was my prerogative. Honestly, it did not go as planned. I may or may not post that because what I was saying in that video is valid, and I'm just in a season where I'm just gonna do things no matter what. I have had that like mantra of doing things no matter what since I would say like 2024. But also my church right now, our yearly like I guess you can say our yearly mantra, our yearly anthem, our yearly acronym that we're using to like motivate us, keep us aligned as a church is now NOW, which stands for no opportunities wasted. So yeah, like no opportunities wasted. I've literally been sitting on ideas. I've been sitting on content that's been in my phone, my computer, my camera, and it's just like taking up space because so many things have happened. And I'm just in a space where I'm like, you know what? We're no longer going to make excuses. Who's watching it? Whoever's watching it, hopefully y'all appreciate it for what it is and y'all just going to trust the journey and allow me to grow, on the platform and y'all support true authenticity. And I'm just here for my genuine people. So, with that being said, I did previously record a video just explaining like where I've been. Hopefully y'all don't hear that sheriff van, but long story short, your girl has been busy working, okay? This is the last year of my 20s. My 20s, personally, I just tried to dedicate to myself, entrepreneurship, and like personal goals that I had as far as just things I wanted to accomplish while I don't have any kids. Feel me? And I still currently don't have any kids, currently single, and I'm also in a different headspace, I feel like, as far as like just my maturity, my evolution, and what I want out of life. And I just see things a little bit more clearly now. I've always seen things a little bit differently. Okay, y'all. So clearly, y'all can see that I started driving, but this is also literally a testament to what my life has honestly been like lately. So just to get y'all caught up, I'm teaching at a new school, different environments, different grade level. There's pros and cons to that. I'm also a full time hairstylist. My hair business is constructed, and my availability for that is constructed around my teaching schedule. And then I also have a part time job as a security officer. In addition to running a business that raises awareness for mental health, right now it's an apparel brand, but there are still so many things that I have envisioned that I am planning to execute and to bring to life for that. So with all of those things being said, they definitely take up my time, and I'm trying to get a better balance on just like work and personal life because at the end of the day, I still want to be like able to do things that are also just for fun and just enjoyable for me to be able to have moments where I'm still being present and still balancing the goals that I have and enjoying the experience of putting in the work to accomplish those goals, but also just being a normal person. And I think that that's something that personally I've been lacking on. I know for a fact that that's something that's an area I've neglected over the last 2 years. But definitely as a collective over my 20s, and I'm not even out of my 20s, but as I reflect, I'm like, dang, I was really not having as much fun as I think I should have had in my 20s. So we're definitely going to do a little reinvention and work on prioritizing the fun. Okay. The things that I do that bring me joy are still not necessarily fun. I need to be more intentional with the fun and space for fun in my busy life. So, I'm working on that. I'm doing the things that I need to do to heal myself. And like I said, I really did have like a whole sit down. It was like a 15-minute video where I was talking about things a little bit in more detail, but I think I'm just gonna squash that video and not even worried about uploading that for real because even just now, part of the reason why I'm driving now is because when I was recording, originally my phone was like, oh my gosh, temperature is too high, you need to wait. And I'm just like, old me would have been pissed. Old me would have felt like we just go and try again tomorrow. But this is a part of the discipline that I'm working on is not making any excuses and just pushing through the obstacles because there's always going to be something no matter what is the level of difficulty, but there's a chance that something is going to happen, and you just got to go with the flow. So I'm embracing going with the flow with a more positive mindset. So that's why I'm like, let me just record this video. We ain't tripping. We just going to keep moving and keep persevering. And maybe the fact that I'm continuing to show up no matter what is also going to motivate somebody who's thinking like maybe they want to start this content creation journey. Maybe they want to go back and lock into the content creation journey and just have more of a presence. Do it, honestly, because what's literally holding you back? First and foremost, if you're not doing it for anybody else, do it for yourself. In my previous video that I recorded when I was talking about where I've been trying to get my life back, I mentioned that I am in a space and in a season in my life where I'm just trying to do the things that I know personally are going to make me feel accomplished, going to bring me joy, but also because that's literally just what I want to do. I realized that I was subconsciously in a space where I was like people pleasing, or I was just in a space where I was just accepting things because I was trying to be non confrontational or for whatever reason at the time, depending on the situation. But I realized I'm not happy because I'm not still trying to put myself first and my feelings first. Even though I can't always do that, I think it's important to take into consideration, you know? Especially depending on what it is that you have to show up for and be present for and participate in. So I'm trying to strengthen my discernment in that area and learn when to say no, learn how to set boundaries and commit to them. But like I said, definitely making sure that I'm committing to bringing balance and having fun. Honestly, I really, aside from work, I've been chilling and I'm at such a peace. I've also been distant because as I'm trying to figure out like what persona do I want to display on social media, YouTube is definitely the space where I feel like I can be mostly my authentic self, but I do think that there are levels of discretion and discernment that need to be in place because everybody does not have your best interests at heart. Unfortunately, when you are putting yourself out there as a content creator, someone who's actively involved and present on social media, and you have a personality that also gives people, you know, in the world space and opportunity to feel like their opinions are open to be received, which is not always the case. But conversations are welcome, which is cool. But at the same time, you just got to make sure that you have boundaries so those things don't affect you. So I am definitely strong enough to be able to handle that. But at the same time, it was like certain conversations, I'm just such a private person in real life that I would avoid having those conversations online. But I do think that now that I am more confident in who I am and my ability to tell my story, certain things do need to be said online because it can help somebody, or things that I'm interested in can help somebody. So this channel is literally just the platform that I'm using to express myself, whatever that looks like. If you're somebody who was here in the beginning, the previous style of videos that I had were mainly vlog styles, which will probably continue. The editing and all the things, I'm not going to hold you. Right now, I'm not in a space to be able to show up and commit to adding all the razzle dazzle to the videos like I would like to. However, I am still going to be showing up and adding videos because I got something to say. Like, I have something to say about a lot of different things. And at the end of the day, it needs to be said, it needs to be addressed. And we're still building community no matter what. So if you're a part of the conversation, you're a part of the experience, a part of the glowing and the growing. We love that. Thank you for being here with me. And thank you for sticking it out throughout the journey. But honestly, I don't even know for real, where this channel is going to go to an extent because there are so many ideas and so many things that I have in mind. Aside from that, though, outside of this platform, I am trying to be as consistent as possible with, balancing the things that I already do that are unfortunately obligations mainly right now. But I do show up on other spaces. So on Instagram, I have a business page that's designated to all of my hair content. I actually just recently created a TikTok page that's designated to all of my hair content as well. And I realized that everybody is not going to like you as a whole person. So sometimes it is okay and it's important to separate those areas. My hair page, if you know, then there are moments where I post me, but it's really mostly just showing my work, my location, and then letting people know what I do, what are my services and my specialties. As far as the Pray My Strength platform, that is definitely a discussion-based forum, a networking platform, and a merchandise brand. So there's things that I do behind the scenes that I definitely need to start showing more consistently on social media. So if you're interested in that, if you aren't already following Pray My Strength, I will definitely leave all of those details for you to go find me, find the brand, find the business, because I do have a team of brand ambassadors and all the things on that platform. There's an Instagram page for that. I have an actual website where you can go look and see what we're all about. And then, honestly, even though I am a teacher, I've always known that that was never like being a traditional teacher or labeling myself as a teacher at all is never something that I ever in a million years would have thought that would be in my bingo card. I'm not even going to lie. But I do know that education is something that's very important to me. And I love being able to connect with young people and helping them understand why things matter, why things are important, why they should care, and helping them establish what their identity is and their place in society. That's very important to me. So I don't see myself being in education forever, but I do know that to an extent I would like to continue to navigate and to just customize and construct what my influence is in education. So Pray My Strength will also have a sector, because with education as a teacher, aside from what we're learning or what we're teaching students traditionally to just pass tests, matriculate to the next grade level, we need to make sure that we're going back to the concept of preparing teachers to be the best teachers that they can be, to then pour into kids to create better humans. I don't know where that part of the process of education started disconnecting, but that is where I am standing in the gap. However, I'm feeling like it's getting to a space, and it's gotten to a space long before now that I'm even at my new school, where I know that I am not someone who thrives in a typical academic setting when it comes to teaching kids because of all the restrictions. Sometimes there are moral conflicts, but I genuinely feel like overall the education system as a whole, unfortunately, is doing more of a disservice than preparing children to actually be able to transition into the real world, to really have a heightened sense of social awareness, to develop intellect, critical thinking skills. If you're a parent, I would just say that I would ask you to check in with your children if you're not doing this already. So just ask them, what do they think about their experience? What it's like being a student, being a kid in school? What is their actual school environment like, their learning environment like? And even ask them, what do they like about the school that they attend? What do they enjoy about the teachers that they have? Not necessarily for what they say for face value, but as the parent, as an adult, really listen to what the child is saying and see what's really going on in that academic environment. And I'll just leave it at that. Long story short, I don't want this video to be too long. I just wanted to come back and say that I am here. I'm going to be showing up every single day, no matter what that looks like for myself. And I'm not going to be making any excuses. So right now, the videos, I'm just letting it be known, are not going to look super pretty, not going to be super edited. Is literally, this is me coming to you real, raw, uncut, authentic, just getting my thoughts out there, expressing, and again, tracking my personal progress for myself as I continue to do things that I am doing in real life, to be able to show myself that even though sometimes it doesn't look like things are happening, they really are. And I got to see things and be able to record things for myself in order to personally feel like I'm living on purpose sometimes. So if this is not for anybody else, it's for me. But I appreciate those of you who have stayed even this far into the end of the video. Thank you for joining me. This won't be the last time you see me. If you love me, if you love hearing my voice, and if you love my content, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, join the community. I appreciate y'all. I have a lot of knowledge in my brain, and I am working with a professional mental health counselor, a therapist, even for myself, because as a mental health advocate, there are times where I feel like, you know what, I'm not doing enough work to keep myself together, to keep my sanity, and to make sure that I'm not being a hypocrite, honestly, when I'm trying to advise and coach other people. So, without further ado, I'm going to close out this video because I'm literally transitioning. I just got off my security job, and I am transitioning now to hairstylist Jaja to go meet with somebody who is the owner of a new salon that I'm getting ready to move into. So I'm not necessarily on a time crunch, but I want to respect his time. So I'm trying to move with efficiency. But as I mentioned before, all of the information for things that I've said, as far as things that I'm involved in, my businesses, things that I do, I'm not even sure if I mentioned this because this is not the original video where I was explaining where I've been. But I also am a step aerobics instructor. I've been certified. This is going on for my second year, technically. I am teaching classes Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're located in Jersey, I will leave that information in the description box, or you can follow me on my social media platforms, definitely, because I'm consistently posting on when I'm actually going to be hosting my classes, when I'll be attending other classes if you just want to be there with me, and also people that I'm affiliated with as far as the extreme hip hop New Jersey coaches, if they're having classes, pop-up events, whatever. Secondly, on that note, my fellow newer instructional coaches for extreme hip hop, we are having an event this Saturday. I know that it's kind of last minute if you're just watching this and you're not in New Jersey, but this is an example of what I'm talking about. So this Saturday we are doing our own version of Summer Jam, where all of the newer coaches that have been certified within the last year or two are on the lineup to basically pass the mic, and we're doing like all different levels of songs that we are leading, and then we'll be joining and supporting each other with each other's songs that we are leading as well. And this is an event that's open for people who are stepping on all levels. Even if you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, what is step aerobics, I will post a video in here so you can see me, and I'll make sure, like I said, that that's something that I definitely continue to talk about and to show, because that is also something that I not only do for fun, but it is a source of income as well as a part of my entrepreneur journey. If you're wondering why is Imani involved in so many things, it's because I am trying to establish the life that I want to build for myself, and that would definitely be a designated video. But ultimately, I just want to have freedom. I want to have time freedom, more creative control. I don't want to feel restricted to go by somebody's routine, because I feel like that's the only way for me to have like a sense of security. I don't even believe that. So I don't even know why I was trying to convince myself to do so for so long, but that's neither here nor there. I'm closing out this video, parking the car, going in the house, but y'all can't say that I don't love y'all. Y'all can't say that I don't show up, because guess what? We made it to the end of this video, and I'll be back for another one. Thank you for sticking with me, and I hope to see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, okalao.